Hello everyone, you are watching Xinhua Live. We are at the Hong Kong Palace Museum in China's Hong Kong Special Administrative Region. Hong Kong will embrace the 25th anniversary of its return to the motherland. And what's more special this year is that a new fantastic museum will open up here in Hong Kong. And today we'll go through a very special and exclusive tour which will make us almost the first guests to this Hong Kong Palace Museum. And we are very honored to have Dr. Wang, the Deputy Director of the Hong Kong Palace Museum, join us to explore one gallery of the Hong Kong Palace Museum. Nice to meet you, Dr. Wang.
Oh, a pleasure to meet you.
So we have learned that this gallery is about the daily life of Emperor in the Forbidden City. So can you introduce us? So this is the start of a normal day for example, the Emperor Qianlong.
This is a very fun and very innovative exhibition that looks at one day inside the Forbidden City. And we have many, many exhibitions around the world exploring life in the Forbidden City, particularly in the Qing Dynasty. Because during that period, you have 10 emperors and over 20 empresses living there. You have fabulous, spectacular works and gold and enamels and jades, all kind of beautiful things. However, we want to do something very innovative. We want to create a very transformative and very immersive experience for our visitors, for every kinds of visitors, because everybody has a schedule. And the emperor has a very, very busy schedule. So right now you're at the beginning of the exhibition and you are looking at a fantastic painting in the 18th century depicting the Emperor Qianlong celebrating the New Year with his family.
Is Emperor Qianlong?
Yes, the sigil figure is the Qianlong Emperor in green robe. He's holding a little baby. They are celebrating the Chinese Lunar New Year. And you have kids playing firecrackers, bring all kinds of gifts to the dad. And so it's a very happy family as a symbol of a very prosperous state.
So relative to the majesty of an emperor, it shows us the daily life of a normal, like a normal father.
This is an entry piece, and we really want to create an entry point, actually many entry points for visitors with different backgrounds to really walk into the Forbidden City and experience firsthand the life inside Forbidden City. So let's get into his bedroom. So we started with relatively dark environment. So you'll see different kinds of things. Wash basin he's using, his robes, his hats, his mirror where he could, from which he could actually get dressed and comb his hair. A lot of things related to the detail and texture of life inside the Forbidden City. We also have some of the unusual things like his boots, his socks, his belt. So really, we want to personalize the figures in the Forbidden City.
I think it's a very innovative exhibition because I don't think there are too much exhibitions focused on the daily life. Like you mentioned, the daily life of an emperor.
Well, this is a new approach for the Palace Museum because we want to do storytelling. It's quite distant, and you think about 18th century emperor, empresses. They're high up there. However, what is the relevance to your life today is something we really want to ask visitors to think about. These two fabulous elephants. They are about 300 to 400 pounds each, so it's quite difficult for us to get in. They were placed originally in the Taoist shrine inside the Forbidden City. They're cute, but they're also very auspicious. They are carrying a big vase, and in Chinese art, a vase symbolizes peace. So they're carrying something very peaceful and convey the good message to wish you good luck. Not just good luck, but they're imperial, so they're really convey the wishes that people will have a very peaceful life and the state will be very prosperous.
So despite their cute appearance, they have a lot of implications.
Exactly, a lot of auspicious meanings. And the Qing court, it's very much like Hong Kong society today. It's very diverse. It's multi-ethnic, multi-religious, multilingual. For example, the Chinese emperor, he follows Tibetan Buddhism, he follows Taoism, he, of course, he practiced Confucianism and hold it up as a philosophy for the statecraft. He also followed the mantra tradition, that is shamanism. So it's a really diverse, very, very rich spiritual tradition inside the Forbidden City.
So relative to the stereotype that Chinese culture is all about some like cultural symbols, all about
we have a lot of symbols.
But Chinese culture is more diversified.
We have a lot of diversity, a lot of regional culture, and all of that is reflected in the culture of the Forbidden City. So that is so wonderful. It's not just about Beijing and its architecture. It really, I would say, it really is sort of the epitome of the entire rich and diverse culture of the Chinese civilization. That's why it's designated as a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site.
So we want to show to the visitors, to the audience, the diversity of Chinese culture.
Absolutely.
The diversity of Chinese civilization.
Yeah. Same time, make it connect to people's daily life. For example, we have wonderful tea where the emperor, of course, he enjoy all kinds of tea, but also has very, very special tea. This is a tea cup, and that is a teapot. And in the cup, we will have 3 ingredients: have plum blossom, have pine nuts, and also have Buddha's hand citron. It's kind of lemon smell citrus. So you can just imagine how fragrant the tea would be. And that is one of the favorite teas of the emperor.
Well, it sounds that it's more complicated for the emperor. It's more complicated than nowadays beverage.
Well, everything is spectacular. Everything is special. When you talk about objects from the court or court culture, that is why, I think everybody needs to come and see it. Pictures are not doing justice to these fabulous treasures.
So many works here have been used by emperors in Qing Dynasty, right?
We're looking primarily at 18th century court culture and life. So the sort of majority of objects are from the 18th century, which is the height of the Qing Dynasty. During this period, the court commissioned or produced, even received, tens of thousands of fabulous items. Really, I would say they represent the highest achievements of Chinese craftsmanship, as well as design concept. Also, they collect earlier things. They're not just producing 18th century stuff, right? They're also collecting earlier things. For example, Neolithic jades, that is about 4,000 years old. And the 18th century emperor was collecting antiques.
So our exhibition shows a very special period in the Qing Dynasty. It's like a peak of the dynasty.
Yes, in the Qing Dynasty,
a lot of development in art.
And it's practical because I want to do a fabulous exhibition, and just like you want to cook a fabulous meal, you first need to have good ingredients, right? So 18th century is fabulous, just like this fabulous theatrical robe. Look at the embroidery, look at the silk tapestry, look at the fabric. Everything is just fabulous. At the court, we have different forms of entertainment. We just walked through a garden. Now we're walking through an indoor theater. The emperor and many empresses were avid theater goers. They love operas. And they have operas for many, many celebrations. Now we're walking into a section that is red and bright. It's a very happy color. And this is a section to talk about the emperor's devotion to his beloved mother. Chenlo Emperor is a very good son. I think he's a model son. Every son in the world has to come to this gallery to learn how to be a good son. Right?
So
if you have visited Summer Palace, and that is a gift of the emperor to his mother.
So another element of our gallery is that we still focus the relationship between the emperor and his.
Yeah, we want to tell stories, and you
relatives.
have to introduce, people, right? So this is a gallery to look at the relationship between Qianlong, the emperor, and his mother, Empress Dowager Chongqing. Qianlong is the only son of this empress, and they are 20 years apart. She had him when she was in her early 20s. And he loved her so much, and he showered her with many gifts, and he holds birthday banquets for her. And these some of the objects that showing the kind of utensils he would use during those banquets. We have some fabulous gold wine container. This is the wine cup. It's made of gold, pure gold,
So
and
all
then
these
painted
utensils-
with enamels. Yeah.
So all these utensils have been used by Qianlong and his mother.
It's difficult to answer that question because all these objects are complicated history. And in the court, it's not just the emperor and his mom, right? He also have empress. So I would say some of the highest ranking people could also use this type of things. That's why I said type of things, not say this. Because sometimes you can trace from the archive documents of who used it, but most time you cannot.
Yeah, we cannot trace
You can say this type of.
we cannot trace every story of this
However,
utensil.
if you look at this fabulous mural painting, we displayed this way is that some of the objects really was depicted in the painting. This is a fabulous teapot. We looked at the ceramic teapot, but this is made of gold and then with gilding. And look at the size, look at the dragon head, look at the beautiful gold. Of course, the silver is a little bit tarnished. And this is the pot to contain Qing court milk tea. If you love Hong Kong culture, you must love Hong Kong style milk tea, right? At the Qing court, they also make milk tea. But the difference between this kind of tea and the Qing court tea, milk tea, is that this is salty. Qing court tea is salty, but still with cow milk, not horse milk, not goat milk. It's cow milk. So it's pretty close, but it's salty. Today's tea is sweet.
So Emperor Qianlong kind of share a same hobby, like more than people. He prefers
Of course,
milk
people
tea.
are people. You know,
Yeah.
that's the museum is a place we can talk about shared humanity and bring people together. And although we're very different, diverse, right? So I think this is a good place that people can feel that they're connected to the objects
Yeah,
in
we
a very personal way.
Yeah, we can feel the close connection between
Absolutely.
the Asian people's life
Absolutely.
and our
Absolutely.
modern life.
Yep. So maybe we can also talk a little bit about Qianlong and his wife. You know, we just talked about his mom. They were married as teenagers. Back then, people married when they were teens. They married and they have a very happy life together for 22 years. And then one day she suddenly passed away at the age of 36. Qianlong was devastated because history said she caught a cold. And so it's totally a surprise for the emperor. For the rest of his life, for nearly 50 years, he composed over 100 poems to commemorate this beautiful, capable, and kind woman. So this is her, this is the emperor. And one poem is called Dream. In this dream, he described that, in this poem, he described that he was dreaming of her. And when he woke up, she's gone. And then he ended the poem by saying, today, who is going to comfort me? Because she's gone.
Sad point.
Yes, yes. So I don't think this is a Valentine's gift idea, but I think at least the people, you know, can be moved in a more personal way and can feel that is something they can learn about the inner world of the emperor, the feelings of the emperor. Because of this poem, we commissioned a multimedia artwork by the artist, two artists, Jeffrey Shaw and Sarah Canadell. The title of this work is called Dreamscape because it's inspired by the dream. And the visitor is supposed to lay down, because of course you can look this way, but it's more comfortable to lay down because it's a very big exhibition, you're tired.
Yeah, it's a modern installation to reflect.
It's a digital, so
Yeah.
it's an art and tech, and using modern technology, using today's sensibility and imagination to interpret the emperor's inner world.
It's a modern interpretation. interpretation of the
It's
of the
artistic
dream, of the
creation. It's
poem.
artistic creation. You're absolutely right. And we also have a contemporary calligrapher, Wang Dongling, to brush the poem. Is based on the poem you just have seen.
What impressed me most is that they are the galleries, the exhibits in the galleries. They are not only cultural relics, but they are a lot of works with many stories.
That's what we want to do. That's what we should do. More storytelling.
And thank you, Dr. Wang. You introduced a lot of amazing stories behind and underneath all these amazing cultural relics.
Thank you for this opportunity for us to share our fabulous exhibitions to the audience.
So hope you have learned something special from our report, and hope you can visit the Hong Kong Palace Museum one day. And we believe that it will be a must-visit destination for travelers and tourists all around the world. Thank you.